All right, so we're showing up to South Though Cars and Coffee. This is the key. You have a bunch of people who have really established something, built something for them, but if you don't know how to talk with them, you're never going to learn from them. And you're never going to also know how you can help them if there's a mutual way for you all to work together. You can see we're all just waiting right now. And really where a lot of people, the mental block I had to get over, which I wasn't aware I had, but it just was naturally there, was that business is a zero-sum game. But when you approach it from a collaborative sense where business is supposed to be a win-win for everybody involved and there's no such thing as a zero-sum game with good business, that changes everything. And so out here today, I'm going to be experimenting with like what actually helps to foster these network connections, because this is not where you pitch, but this is where you build up a network of people that you can later either be referred by or that you can later befriend and work with. Because if you can make the money, and they get far more out of whatever they invest into you, that's a win-win. We've already had some McLarens and Ferraris get priority access before everybody, moving in. Now we're starting to move. So this all ties back to sales. Because if you don't know how to sell, if you haven't learned how to sell, you really can't run a business. That's the hard reality that I've come to learn. I've built out end-to-end AI systems and I've developed AI apps, and I even run entire systems and stacks that can identify monetization opportunities and build out full end-to-end mentorships, products, and programs for creators. And that's all fine and dandy, but the issue, even if there's no cost to getting involved with someone behind the scenes and collaborating with them as a partner, the issue is often everybody's just on the defensive if they feel they're being pitched to. The thing about a good salesman is you don't feel like you're being pitched to. You feel like someone's already solving a problem. It's consultative.
And we scared of the 7. After 1-3, then we turn up 11. Keep the shit open like 7-11. We at the house, I got 7 in heaven. They think I'm satanic, I keep me a rebel. Let's show you a thing, cause Papa is huge. Nigga show my way, then she started confessing. I know it's a stink, I'm screaming free Jeffrey. Can collect cars right off of the celly. Gave her the blues, not talking about belly. Don't keep us a seed, I go Machiavelli. I got the juice now, it's heavy. Always on tea time, been ready. Yeah, is you fucking crazy? Is you fucking Two-time like I got a cup of this shit. Two-time like golf at 1/4 to 6. I love to fuck on a regular bitch. Famous hoes name, but they stay on my dick. Heard your new joint is embarrassing shit. You talk to the cops on some therapy shit. Yeah, like you love this American shit. But really the truth is scared of the 6. Yeah, scared of the 6. Yeah, scared of the 6. Your body gon' put in some work on the flute. Now you wanna go and
So, for one thing, when it comes to car meets, it's that it's not about the money. This isn't a lead gen event, this is a networking event. You can turn it into a lead gen event, but the big thing that happens from this, the big takeaway from this, is that you get invited to new events like this, and you get closer and closer into these different spheres that you were previously not a part of. So if you just got a nice car, look, this is a 2023 Camaro, this is nothing crazy, but by showing up here, by dressing well, by being friendly with people, by talking, by people seeing that I'm making content, guess what that positions you as? That positions you as somebody that people want to invite to different likewise events. And it gets people to ask about what you do. So the entire thing is one big networking opportunity. Because business is a relationship. Business isn't a one-time thing. It's not a checkout page on a product store. When you are about working with people and not selling product. And that's what this is all about. And so you can take a beautiful area, San Clemente Outlet Mall, one of the most beautiful places in Southern California, in my opinion. You can take an event like this, which could otherwise be simple fun, and you can turn it into something that can actually build a presence for yourself. That is power, that's influence. So I encourage all of you, even if you got something not as nice as this, to take advantage of events like this. They're all around Southern California specifically, but I'm sure that if you ask in the right areas, If you look in the right Facebook groups online, you can find places like this in whatever home state or country you're in. And the best part is, you can walk into them free. So, from this event, let's see here, I got personal contacts of the organizers of the event, put them on my website to give them some backlink SEO to help out with the event because they're doing an amazing job. You can check it out on my website in the link in the description, in the About page. I also got the contact of the personal videographer and photographer for a lot of the car shoots. I was able to help out some people creating car pages on Instagram and get them follow me on my Instagram as well by helping them actually get better content and giving them some pointers that I learned from my photography and videography friends. So you acquire connections, you acquire skills, you can just help more people. I got invited to a Dana Point car show, as well as this Hot Rods event, 2 events that are now on my calendar. I also may have what could be lined up as a personal videographer, or at least somebody that I can refer within the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce, which I'm looking to join soon, and give them more business and to work with them to create events where everybody can bring out their nice cars and we can all have events, big networking events, things like that too, to share business and conversation around how we can reinvest in the community. These are all things that you can start. Business is all about just how do you mobilize people together? How do you help everybody? How do you create with people? That's what I love about the creator community is everybody's trying to make a name for themselves. Everybody's sharing a story. And it's very much of a privilege to be able to step in behind the scenes with people, really understand what they're trying to build for their brand, and being able to leverage my skills to be able to help them on commission only, right? Now, from a previous event, last time that I went, where I get some LinkedIn connections. Instagram and LinkedIn are very much kind of a business page for me, a business card, if you will. There's somebody that reached out where they were struggling with content a little bit. They're really qualified. Like, they're an astounding businessman. They just haven't built up a page. And I mentioned with them, I was like, it sounds like if you had the time, you would actually build it out. Like, you would actually start posting content. And they were like, yeah. So I was like, so what if it only took you about 20 to 40 minutes a week to be able to do it? So because I showed face today and was able to talk again, they reached out and said, would now be a good time to discuss the above with your head of sales or with you. And now I run a solo operation, so it's just me. And I said, hey, it's good to hear from you, man. I'm more than happy to discuss it with you. And I do have a system that I use to be able to run all this. As a solo operator, I can break that down in a future video for all of you. And I just sent them my calendar link. And they're like, all right, booked. It's just creating conversations like that. That's how it all starts. That's how it all happens. And, you know, it all comes down to sales at the end of the day. If you can really diagnose and understand and empathize with the person and really see if this is something that can help them, right? Sales is the key to it all, and this is something that I'm going to be building up as part of my Fire Horse Masogi from my last video. I'll make sure I put it in the cards above. It's part of something that I'm building out this year because it's something that I can no longer ignore, that I really need to get better at this. And this was the day. Right? A simple outing like that can become something beautiful that opens up doors and opportunities, connections with people you wouldn't have otherwise interacted with. So take that lesson with you. This is part of my journey, solo operating a business and creating content right here to share with all of you and show you the journey lifetime. I really share what's working as a 26-year-old entrepreneur. Link down below, newsletter, as someone who's building a business from scratch. What's actually happening lifetime and what are some roadblocks that I'm overcoming that I share with all of you. I share this with about 290 founders on LinkedIn. You can follow me on LinkedIn and subscribe to the newsletter. I've gotten great feedback from it so far, and it even landed me a podcast appearance. I'll probably put that on my channel very shortly. So these are all parts of a cumulative adventure. And I'm very happy to be sharing it with all of you today. And I hope that you're able to take some lessons from that. So like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn, subscribe to that newsletter. If you have any questions for me, let me know you're a subscriber in my DMs. I'll put you in my priority inbox and I'll interact with you there. And all of you, have a wonderful day. I'm going to step outside now and enjoy some good company with some good people. Over and out.